Hello, Benites, and welcome to the show. On tonight's show, I'm going to talk about what the hell am I going to talk about? You can't predict what I'm going to talk about here. I don't even know. So we just watched a movie on Netflix, and it was great. Holly, what do you think? Look at the size of my freaking head. You know, I would have a full head of hair if I had a normal size head. Hello there, and good evening. I am Nigel Jojo Bach. Hector, we do not have Spanish subtitles. You must be watching on Amazon or I don't know. It's many places. It's Fandango too, but they all the ones that are up on other sites have only English subtitles. Hello, Juliet. Everyone I know is dying, by the way. I made my regular trip to the obituaries and found out that my old appliance repairman died. And funny story about him, when he came here to, hello, Ronnie. Hi, Robin. When he came here to repair my washing machine, I said, well, you know, the thing is 20 years old. Maybe it's time to get a new one. And he said, now, what are you, an idiot? Which I thought was funny. It does not have, I mean, I don't know if YouTube, if your settings are for Spanish, I don't know if they will, because YouTube a lot of times adds its own. Now your English is fine. Your English is better than most people. I assume you're saying pardon my English, but your English is fine. But I don't know if they have I don't have anything turned off. I thought YouTube generates its own captions. So I'm sorry. So yeah, the reason why the guy called me an idiot was because he said they don't make them like this anymore. My dishwasher's 25 or 40 years old or something, he said. But anyway, he was always when he got older, he kind of semi-retired, or he might have retired. And we found another guy who came here with his sons, and they were just a very nice group of people. Other trivia going on. Steven Spielberg will be about 11 miles from my house in 2 weeks. And they'll be filming a movie called Dish or something, or The Dish. And they'll be filming part of it in Woodbine. So that's exciting. And I'm excited that Emily Blunt will be here too. In fact, I sent a message to Steven Spielberg, say, look, if you need a tripod, like if you need an extra tripod or you need some audio stuff, hit me up, Brother Berg. Hola, Ernie Perez. ¿Cómo está? That's all. That's about the limit of what I understand in Spanish, except for the word. Oh, I forget the word. From my story. Salida. Salida. You can't say Salida. You got to say Salida. Salerno.
I'm sorry. You're the one who couldn't remember.
I know, because I have strokes. I'm 60.
You're not yet.
Oh my God. Hector, who asked me, says he wants to watch 5, but he can't find. They want to watch it with Spanish subtitles, and they're not active. And he just told me, please don't talk too much. We've only seen the 4th movie. Very good stories. What's next? Well, we're up to 15. 1 through 14 are on YouTube. To bronze members. And tonight is the Academy Awards. Once again, Bad Ben has been overlooked by the Academy, and I won't let them forget it. And Ronnie, you're already going to be in the list of people for Leave the Lights On. It. What the? I am talking here, and you're over there just erupting. My God, she's a volcano. So if it's all explained. If you go to badben.com/shop, you'll see Leave the Lights On up there. If I reach a certain goal here quickly, I'll be able to finish episode 2 by Ronnie says hi.
Hello.
I'll be able to finish episode 2 for a week from this Friday. And tonight, like I said, is the Academy Awards hosted by Conan O'Brien. Hopefully it's a good show. Now, do you guys know that Amelia Perez, is that what it's called? Huh? No relation to Ernie Perez, by the way, who's in the room, who won't let me sing. But Amelia Perez did well at first, but then one of the actors started saying some negative stuff about something. Which has got to be frustrating for what's her name? Zoe Saldana, because she was the one up for a lot of awards in this.
Plus, that movie was generated partially with AI. That's what a lot of people have problems with as well.
Hello, Nigel, Holly, fellow Benites and pets from Lisa Ann Alugagli. The pets and Holly say hello. So, also, it's becoming, New Jersey's becoming quite the acting or the industry place, because Netflix built a huge studio up in North Jersey. Sony, I think, has a studio up there. New Jersey's offering tax incentives now. And A Complete Unknown with Timothée Chalamet about Bob Dylan was filmed in about 30 miles south of here in Cape May, part of it. We now have Steven Spielberg about 10 or 11 miles from here. We'll be filming part of his movie because there's old railroad tracks in Woodbine. And Shirley MacLaine just was in a movie that filmed in Atlantic City. And meanwhile, anybody that can stand and breathe has been in a Bad Ben film in the area. Now, Mario has just come in the room and said, "Hi, Nigel. I'm Hector's friend. We're from Argentina. This is our fiesta time in this live. What's it about? The doll." Well, that doll, first of all, Hector told me not to talk too much. But that doll is in for the Mandela Effect. That doll and another doll. She's in a couple movies. And that right there is Dora. Dora belongs to a Benite. She's the pet of a Benite. We discovered you on vacation. We are fans of found footage. Well, I'm glad you found us, Hector. And welcome to you and Mario. I actually have a story that I won't tell about the word Salida. I'll tell you another time because most of the Benites that are in here have heard this story so many times, they'll probably die if I tell it again. Do. Is that okay that I hum, Ernie? Because I know you're very.
I want you to sing.
Love on the Rocks. And what was the song I was singing, Howie, where I hit the high note? Unlimited. So my appliance repairman died, but he hasn't been here in quite a few years. The last time we had somebody here, it was Mr. G, I think. What am I working on now? Well, Hector, you sure I can talk about it? Because you did kind of tell me to shut my mouth. We're working on, well, Leave the Lights On. That's also on YouTube. That's a series I'm doing. But the next film is going to be Bad Ben 15 Poltergeist. And that's going to have, at least at this point, the only person that's going to be in that is this very handsome actor named Nigel Bach. Oh, that's me. Unlimited. Ernie will be yelling at me any second now. And it got up to yesterday, it got up to 70 degrees. And then in the period of about 90 minutes, it dropped into the 30s. And today was cold. We got some more heating up coming up. Right, Hal?
I don't know.
How dare you?
I don't.
Ah, God. She always makes me look like such an arse. And this, Jose, right there, that is Darth Vader's nether regions right over my head. Oh, God. Here's the back wall. It's like a 5-year-old lives here. What happens if no, I don't want to change my Zoom. If I change my Zoom, it messes everything up. Hello there. Those are my teeth. Ooh. Colorful Crafting Holly just sent me a message on Instagram. I spilled coffee on her artwork this morning. She's still mad at me. Is it destroyed?
It doesn't matter.
How far were you into it?
Not that far.
Can we get another one?
No, I'm not gonna. It has to come from China. I'm not gonna. Wait
I destroyed something from let me tell you first, folks. Let me defend it. I was bending over
It
to
was an accident. Why do you make it?
I was bending over to kiss Sable, and I had my mushroom coffee in my hand, and I spilled it on her needlepoint cross stitch, and it looked like diarrhea. So all I could do was sing Unlimited.
That sounds nice.
We're down here because it was chillier today. I have the space heater on, and at the other end of the room, the wood stove. Right, Hal?
What do you say?
And last night, Sophie was so loud on the steps, it sounded like a horse coming down the steps upstairs.
It might be a slight exaggeration.
No. I was terrified. I pulled the covers up tight and grabbed the hold of Archer. I guess cats have great night vision because there's like a night light up there that's stuck in the wall. But other than that, it's dark. Yet she goes on a rampage.
She loves to be mobile.
Hi, Golf. She does like to be mobile. She's such a good girl. She even lets me pet her. Hector says, well, we send our regards. We're going to watch Bad Ben episode 5, but without subtitles because they are disabled. Thank you for mentioning that a second time, Hector. And I would like you to enjoy it. And how do you say thank you in Spanish?
Salida.
Hey, Google. How do you say thank you in Spanish?
In Spanish, that's gracias.
Oh,
Anything else you want me to translate?
no. Get off my Google.
No problem. I'll stop translating.
Gracias. How could I not remember that gracias meant thank you? And then Hector said something back to me in Spanish that I think said, shut up, Baldy. No, he didn't. Unlimited. It's me. If you care to find me, look to the western sky. Everyone deserves a chance to fly. Ooh. Cynthia Erivo has already said if she wins an Academy Award, she will get her ears pierced. Cynthia or Ariana, if you're watching, I want to let you know there's always a place for you here in a Bad Ben film. Is anybody watching the Academy Awards tonight? I probably am not. I will probably just get up in the morning or overnight, check my phone, and see who the winners were. Can't believe John Chu wasn't put in there for Wicked. They built those sets. So it's a Sunday afternoon, and the Benites are slowly coming into the room, which makes me feel special.
You are special.
Yeah, I'm special like the kind of people that ride on that little yellow school bus.
Stop it.
Oh, God. It was super windy last night, folks. Everyone. And what's his name?
Who?
Adrian Broner, Brony,
Adrian Brody.
Brody. He's up for something. Ronnie said that her stepdaughter put the Bad Ben pictures back up today, and she's happy to see them on her wall. And we're happy for you, Veronica Miller, our friend. You know what happens when you have Bad Ben merchandise? You're going to be popular. Sorry.
Has anybody watched anything good?
Yeah, has anybody watched anything good? Oh, by the way, Ronnie, guess what? Friday's episode of Severance is only 37 minutes long. How's that for some bullshit? Ben Stiller, you watching? 37 minutes? Come on, dude. You know, Severance has become the most popular show, I think, ever on Apple TV.
Yes, it surpassed Ted Lasso.
It surpassed Ted Lasso.
Ask your people if anybody's heard of the book Tender is the Flesh.
It sounds like some child bullshit.
No, it's not.
There's has anybody heard of a book Tender is the Flesh? It's something Mrs. Biggins is either looking into or has read or is reading. She is a reading machine. You're right, Ronnie. It better be jam-packed. But they're setting us up because it was 7 the other day, right?
Yeah.
And there's going to be 10 episodes. So there's 8, 9, and 10. But I went back and looked at the times of them, and there's a couple that have been in the 40s. And I'm thinking, wow. Come on, Ben. Bad Ben Stiller. I just realized that. He's Bad Ben Stiller. This morning, I went into into Sam's Club with the goal of picking up. Ronnie looked up that book and it sounds interesting, she said. My goal was to pick up one of those chocolate silk cakes, chocolate silk pies they make that we've fallen in love with. And the bakery manager told me they will no longer be carrying it. They're now doing key lime. And I said, damn you, woman. How dare you? You can't carry both? But I took a little gallivant around the Sam's Club. And I got corn muffins. Guess how much they cost me? $1.38. Because I had $3.50 worth of Sam's cash. Oh, Ronnie, tell me about it. I said, how dare you? It was very, very upsetting. Here comes Archer. You coming over to say hi to the Benites? Come on up. There he is, everyone. Black Biscuit. Hello. Hello. See everybody? They're looking at you. Excuse me. Oh, he burped too. He's trained to burp on command. Look at that shiny coat. By the way, his ears look a little crusty because him and Sable have been wrestling a lot outside and they get each other covered in each other's saliva. That's what that is on his ear. That is Sable's saliva, dried. How dare you? Are you my buddy? Yes. Now he's down. He's going over to see his mother. Hope he's about to sass me. What is that about? Popular. Oh, here we go.
What's the matter?
Nothing. I was just talking about him sassing. Did you guys see I burnt my hand? It hurt. Last week I had 2 bandages. Because I'm a big wussy man. We're hovering around 20 folks tonight. It is dinner time to many people. Folks, I'm going to go talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I'm going to go throw a log on the fire. Popular. You're going to be popular.
You interrupted my flow.
Flow of what?
I was gonna let him out, but he's not gonna go out while you're occupied with something.
This is going to take a second. God! Holly tried to grab me. She's fresh like that. Hello there, Benites. Hopefully you didn't miss me too long. I think what I want to do is one night I want to do a reading of Jennifer M's book that she sent me. She's a friend of the Fitches. Here. While he's not in here. Let me do this. You can barely see them. But now there's Elphaba and Galinda. Oh, the fire's nice and toasty. I often used to think it'd be creepy if when I went to sleep, these dolls and figurines down here started holding their own conversations. I feel very bloated. I hope it's a good week. Hal, you got any trivia? Well, is Tuesday the second to the last episode of Paradise? Well, it might be the last episode of Paradise, season 1. Yeah, I know. I saw that for Wicked coming up. And then November of next year is part 2. And did you hear that they said that Gene Hackman had been dead for 9 days before they found him? Him and his wife.
What do you think happened?
Well, I think his wife died. Like, she had some medical. This is me speculating. I think she had some sort of a medical issue, and it might have been from the heater or not. They can tell if a person died from a like carbon monoxide poisoning. But she had some sort of episode. Why the dog that was dead was in the closet in the bathroom, I don't know. Oh, crated. In a closet, though? Well, anyway, I think she might have had a medical issue and died. And Gene Hackman, who was old, may have found her. And why he would not have picked up the phone and dialed 911, I don't know. But he was headed out and he. What's she barking at? I don't know, though. She's trying to get Sable in the house. She was just out back barking at something. Hang on. Let me go help Mrs. Biggins get Sable in. Her saliva. Sable has this routine when she's running out back, but she decides to come in. She turns and runs full speed at the door.
He does it now too. You might be invaded.
Hi, Adam. Adam, I need you to ask Jennifer M. if she would allow me to read some of her book on a live broadcast. Yes, Sable just barked rather loud, and I don't think it was at the dogs next door. So there might be a creature in the woods. Without Scott around anymore in these films, I'm scared to be out there alone at night. I moved my mic closer if I sound louder.
It's hot.
You can't tell. You hear me the same way you always hear me, no matter where the mic
It's
is.
hot.
I know. My voice is such an aphrodisiac.
It is. I don't know what to do with myself.
You want Elphaba and Glinda?
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're dolls you can play with, calm you down a little. Popular. Let me check something out over here, folks. Arthur, your dinger shell. I was petting him, and I looked over at the screen, and you can see his schwanz. Hello, Jennifer. Uh-oh. He saw Elphaba, and it got him upset. Jennifer M. Can I read? Okay, you answered. Do you want me to start from the very beginning? Or is there a particular part you want me to read that will people will be able to embrace without the earlier stuff? Let me see why the garage won't open. Well, here's the backyard. We'll see if we can see any. Sable was barking at something, so we'll see if there's a creature out there. The beginning. In the beginning. Don't be too honored, Jennifer, because I tend to, when I read, I stutter and stammer. I'm just kidding. Ronnie read your book. What the hell was that? Did you see that on the screen? That was not like a normal little flying dust thing. That was like a serious orb. How far? We're 57 minutes in. I'll have to go back and look at the YouTube recording for this. Did you guys see what I'm talking about? That came down to the right top of the screen and went off to the right. Ought to get the spirit talker going. So I was telling how my appliance repairman died. Although he wasn't the most recent appliance repairman I had here.
Was he the one who lost his finger or something?
Yeah, that's what the other guy told me, that he went in a house and a dog bit off his finger. Oh my God, that had to be absolutely horrific.
Do you believe that that happened?
Well, that guy didn't impress me as the type of guy that would lie. But people, I never trust my dogs with anybody, even though they're Archer's the one that concerns me more than Sable. But Byron and Duke, I would trust with anybody. Kids would come in this house and I would trust them, like they'd pet them and all. But Sable and Archer are a different breed. Sable's part wolf.
What about Archer?
A coyote. I think Scott told me when he was doing HVAC too, he went in the house and a dog bit him.
I was bit by a dog when I was younger.
I got bit by a poodle, but it was a standard poodle. My brother-in-law's parents were, I think, away at my brother-in-law's brother's wedding. It was on the West Coast. And so I house sat and took care of their store. Their house was on top of the store. Speak of the devil, Scott just texted me. And I went to, I reached out to the dog to like get it to come on because I was going to take it outside. And it snapped and caught me right on the web of my finger. They had a dog, a Rottweiler named Kramer, and her name was KD Kramer. Letter K, letter D, Kramer. I don't know what that stood for, but the poodle's name I can't remember. Kramer was just incredible, though. Kramer did not like small children, though. And the dog I had before Sable and Archer, whose name was Fubar, Fubar did not like kids either. I will text Scott back to say you said hello, Ronnie. I texted Scott to tell him about the Steven Spielberg film, shooting down in Cape May County. And I told him to get his agent to get him in there. I say, Scott, this is the idea. It's supposed to be on train tracks. I'm going to get Scott in a pair of overalls with a conductor's hat and tell him just go hang around. And they might mistake him for the actor and say, all right, get over here. Yeah, well, this standard poodle, Chrissy was her name. She was okay, and like I pet her all the time, and this was just, I think she was upset because everybody she knew was not there. I mean, she knew me, but her mother and father were away. On a future broadcast, I want to do it. The busiest broadcasts are normally Thursday night, Friday night, or Saturday. So if I do it tonight, like we're at 25 people, but we were up to their night when we had Mitch here, we were up at the 50. So it would probably get us to like, I'd like to be up in the 35, 40 range. And we can put up a link. Tell people where they can find it. Although it must not have been tough to find because I guess Ronnie just Googled it or went on Amazon and searched for it. How'd you find it, Ronnie? Well, found it on Amazon. It's called Dickens and the Whore.
We have posted.
I know, but I don't have it in front of me to know the title. Why do you always humiliate me? I know exactly where it's in. It's right at the end table next to my chair. She did a lot of research on this too, folks. She actually went and walked in their footsteps, per se. Well, anyway, folks, I've been on for an hour tonight, and I appreciate the time you spent with me. And for now, I'll hop off of here, but I will be back tomorrow night. Now, mind you, some of my broadcasts may be shorter this week because I'm working on Leave the Lights On. But at least part of it happens during the day, so I won't have to shoot at night. So I'll see you tomorrow. See you. Love you. Bye.